Welcome back to Soulfully Her. Today's episode is all about love. Not just romance, not just feelings, but the psychology of love. Now, let me ask you, have you ever wondered why we're drawn to certain people over and over again? Or why sometimes love feels effortless and other times it feels like it costs everything? Love can be beautiful, but it can also be very messy. And the truth is, most of us were never really taught how to love. We learn through experience, through heartbreak, through family dynamics, and a lot of trial and error. But here's the thing, psychology helps us make sense of it all. It shows us the patterns beneath our choices, the science behind attraction, and the healing needed to love in healthy ways. So today, we're going to unpack what's really happening in your brain when you fall in love, how your past shapes your relationships through attachment styles, the myths about love that keeps us stuck, and practical ways to start loving yourself and others better. Love is at the center of almost everything we do. It influences our decisions, our careers, and even our health. And research shows that people in strong, healthy relationships actually live longer, have lower stress, and recover faster from illnesses. But here's the twist. Love is not just this soft, fluffy thing. It's also one of the most powerful motivators in human behavior. Wars have been fought over love. Songs and poems across centuries revolve around it. Entire industries are built around people searching for it. But when we don't understand the psychology of love, we can mistake infatuation for love, chaos for passion, or even trauma bonds for connections. So here's a reflection. Think about a time you called it love, but in hindsight, it was something else. What was really driving you at the time? Now, there are three big layers of love that I want to break down. The first one is biological. Our brains are wired for connection. When you fall in love, dopamine makes you feel euphoric. Oxytocin builds bonding and trust. Serotonin regulates mood. That's why being in love can feel almost addictive. In fact, brain scans of people newly in love look very similar to people hooked on substances. And let me tell you, in all honesty, there's been a time where I couldn't stop thinking about a person, checking my phone constantly, and they felt like they were my whole world. And that right there is dopamine at work, at its finest work. The second layer is psychological. This is about your inner world, your attachment style, beliefs about relationships, your sense of worthiness. If you believe you're not good enough, you'll tolerate treatment that matches that belief. And the third and final layer is behavioral. Love is just not what you feel, it's what you do. The small, consistent actions, showing up, communicating, forgiving, respecting boundaries. These actions matter more than the butterflies. So here's a reflection prompt. When you think of love, do you focus more on how it feels or on what it looks like in action? One of the most powerful parts of love psychology is attachment theory. There are four major attachments in love. Your first one is going to be secure attachment, which means you feel safe with closeness, but also confident in independence. Your second is anxious attachment, which is you crave closeness, but you fear abandonment. So often there's clinginess. Your third is avoidant, which means you value independence so much that intimacy feels threatening. So you may withdraw from intimacy. And your fourth and final is disorganized attachment, which is a push and pull dynamic, which you're deeply craving love, but also fearing it, which is often linked to past trauma. So in the past, I've been known to have an anxious attachment style. My attachment style has been made very obvious in a lot of situations. I am someone who has an anxious attachment style. And if I don't get that text back fast enough, or if they didn't call me multiple times a day, or if we're in the middle of a conflict or an argument and they disappear for a little while, I felt like my world was crashing down. And that is something that you have to heal from, for all my anxious out there. So identifying your style is step one. Healing and shifting towards secure love comes with therapy, self-awareness, and choosing partners who model healthy patterns. Which attachment style do you think shows up in your relationships the most? And how has it shaped the way you love and expect love back? Now, there are 3 common myths about love, and we are going to break them down. Myth 1 is love is just a feeling. The truth is, feelings change. Lasting love is built on actions, choices, and commitment because love is a verb. Myth 2, love fixes everything. Not true. If you're broken, love can't, and I mean cannot, magically heal it. In fact, love often magnifies what's already there. Your insecurities, your fears, and your wounds will be magnified. Myth 3, chemistry equals compatibility. That spark is fun, but it doesn't guarantee long-term health. Compatibility is shared values, communication, and emotional safety. Now, I've personally gotten chemistry and compatibility confused. Because, when you're speaking with a person and you're looking at them and they looking all good, and you feel the butterflies in your tummy and you're thinking this might be my person, well, yes, I felt that too. But what I had to learn is a person can be everything that you want on the outside, but that brain of theirs, their morals, their values, their parenting styles, their ideas of marriage, their faith, all of that can contradict what you want. And all of that chemistry that you thought y'all had will not sustain nor uphold a long-term healthy relationship. So have you ever stayed in something unhealthy because you thought chemistry meant that it was meant to be? So now that we've talked about myths and attachment styles and things of that such, the real question is, so how do we love better now that we know the psychology? Well, it starts with self-love. Self-love sets the standard. How you treat yourself teaches others how to treat you. Then you want to check your attachment style. Awareness helps break cycles. And you don't want to confuse intensity with intimacy. True love is calm and safe. And healthy love equals freedom, not control. It should grow you, not cage you. So here's something that I want you to do. I want you to write down 3 ways you feel loved that have nothing to do with gifts or romance. Maybe it's someone remembering your favorite drink or giving you space when you need it. And then I want you to figure out 1 new way you can show yourself love this week before expecting it from anyone else. And here's the biggest takeaway. Love is both science and spirit. It's hormones in your brain, but it's also choices in your heart. It's shaped by your past, but it doesn't have to be defined by it. When you understand the psychology of love, you can stop repeating cycles, stop mistaking chaos for passion, and start building the kind of relationships that last. I'll leave you with this reflection. The way you love today is shaping the life you'll live tomorrow. What kind of love story are you writing with your choices right now? And with that question, that concludes tonight's episode. Thank you for tuning in to Soulfully Her. If today's episode spoke to you, share it with someone who needs it, and remember, the most important relationship you'll ever nurture is the one you have with yourself and with God. Good night.